Hello, everyone. My name is Carlos Castro-Peralta with the Recruitment and Access Center. I am the recruiter for adult and non-traditional students. And my co-host presenter is Miguel Martinez.
Hi, everyone. This is Miguel Martinez. Happy to have you joining us today. I'm Miguel Martinez, as Carlos said. I'm one of the recruiters at TMCC, and we're here to talk to you a little bit about the student support services that are offered at our college. And I'll go ahead and pass it back to Carlos. We'll talk about the first batch of resources available to students.
Thank you, Miguel. As you know, getting into college can be a little overwhelmed, stressful, and just a little bit difficult at times. And once you're in college, we have all these supportive services to make sure all of our students are successful in their college career. So please share this information with your students. So when they do come to college, they'll make sure to take advantage of all of these free support services available for them. We'll go ahead and get started with the first one. The first one is academic advisement. As recruiters, Miguel and myself, we can tell you about the steps to enroll, how to look up your accounts, tell you a little bit about financial aid, but we're not experts at every degree and every class that every student needs to take. That's why we recommend for every student to meet with an academic advisor at least once per semester to make sure you're on track to achieve your long-term goal. Some students want to get a skill certificate, which that can take about 1 semester. Some maybe a certificate of achievement, which is 1 year, an associate's degree, which is 2 years, or even a 4-year degree. If your goal is to get a 4-year degree, make sure you let your academic advisor know during your first appointment. That way they can help you select those classes that will be transferable to the 4-year university. We always want to make sure that you're taking classes in order to meet your financial aid requirements and also your degree requirements. Academic advisement can give you one-on-one appointments virtually or in person, and every student can go ahead and go see them, whether you're a new student, a transfer student, continuing student, or international student. On every slide that you see, we have the website provided so you can look up their information. And on the bottom bar, you will see their phone number, their email, and their location. Academic advisement is located in the Dandini campus in the Red Mountain Building, room 111. Please go see them. Our next department that we're highlighting today is our financial aid department. We know money can be the #1 barrier for a lot of our students, but in reality, I think that's the easiest barrier that TMCC can remove. We have so many grants, scholarships, and work study available for all students. But of course, there's deadlines to those applications. So please make sure to encourage your students to apply for all of those early and check their TMCC email for any verification processes of their applications. Some of our grants can be, of course, the federal Pell Grant that goes through the FAFSA application. The next one is the Adelante Grant, that is for undocumented and DACA students. Just recently this semester, we do have the Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund. This is a COVID relief fund provided by the government. This one is the third grant, COVID relief grant provided by the government. And usually this application will take students 5 to 10 minutes to complete. So please encourage your students to check their TMCC email. Hopefully down the road, we may be able to receive more grants like this. In addition to grants, we do have scholarships available. The Nevada Promise Scholarship is for all high school seniors graduating in Nevada, and the deadline for the scholarship is October 31st. TMCC Foundation Scholarships, that is money donated by donors here in Nevada, and that money is for TMCC students. The foundation scholarship is open January 1st to February 28th. So make sure you remind those high school seniors to complete that application the first 2 months during 2022. We have another scholarship for undocumented and DACA students, that is the SGA Green Door Scholarship. And you will see that application similar where you will find the foundation scholarships. And last but not least, of course, we have work study. Work study is very important, and we love students with work study. What work study means is the government will give a student money called work study, and then that student can go ahead and be an employee on campus in any of our departments. That helps the students and also works the department, since the department does not need to pay the students through their budget. The government's actually paying the students for their employment. And we encourage all students to get jobs on campus. They're very flexible. You will learn more about the department. You will get networking experience, professionalism, and just be a better student and very flexible for your classes and exams and deadlines. The financial aid department can be found in the Dandini campus in Red Mountain Building 315C. All right, the Tutoring and Learning Center. And this is something I tell all students. College classes are a little more faster and a little more material. A lot of material to cover in less time. So I always tell students, hey, if you're having any difficulties with any of your math classes, your science classes, physics, writing, make sure you reach out to the Tutoring and Learning Center. I know when I went to college, I had difficulty with my English classes and my math classes. So I make sure to take advantage of these services. You can either request a one-on-one appointment with a tutor, and those can be online or in person. We also have supplemental instruction, which that is some of the most difficult classes, for example, biology. They will have an extra tutoring session, which is an optional session, but they know a lot of students in tutoring in those classes. So they will have a supplemental instruction tutoring section optional for all students. The tutoring department also offers embedded tutoring, which this one is also, the tutor does attend the class sessions in order to be learning the material. They already know the material, but they'll know what you're learning and they'll know what is expected from you on the assignments and tests, and they'll be able to help you a lot easier. So definitely, whenever you're signing up for your classes on the first day of school, you can definitely ask the professor what kind of tutoring is provided for this class, or if you will need to make a one-on-one appointment for tutoring. And of course, last but not least, they do offer writing help. A lot of classes are gonna require you to write 2-page papers, 3-page papers, maybe up to 10 pages. So always make sure you take advantage of our writing center in the tutoring lab. The tutoring center can be found in the Sierra Building Library on the first floor. All right, the counseling center. This one has been very busy during this last year, during the pandemic. And we know our students are going through so much things at school, but also at home. It's been very stressful for everyone, adjusting to the virtual world in the pandemic. Maybe family members have lost jobs, or maybe students are helping with their little brothers and sisters, taking care of them, helping them with school, online learning. There's a lot of things that are going on that is definitely making our students a little bit more anxious. The mental health is down and just overwhelmed overall. So make sure every student that needs to talk to someone, make sure you're reaching out to the counseling center. They will be able to talk to you, whether you're having a personal crisis or something at school. And in addition to that, they also provide a wizard warehouse, which that is where students can get free food items or hygiene items. So definitely, I remember when I was going to college, sometimes money is a little tight, and this program, I would have definitely taken advantage of that. We don't want students to choose whether they need to buy a book or buy groceries that week. TMCC will always take care of our students. It's a real easy process. Just find the Wizard Warehouse. We have them at every campus. So no matter if you're going to the Dandini, Meadowwood, or Applied Technology Center, you can look for the Wizard Warehouse there, and they'll be able to assist you. The Counseling Center also has emergency scholarships. Sometimes life comes at us very fast, and we get kicked out of school, out of our apartments. I mean, not school, or we're having car problems. We need a couple extra $100. We do have those emergency scholarships available for all students. In order to receive those scholarships, a student will need to make an appointment with a counselor first, in order for the counselor to assess the situation and see how much money they can get for that emergency. If you have any more questions about our counseling department, you can see them at tmcc.edu/counseling. At the bottom, you will see the phone number, their email, and of course, their location. They are located in Red Mountain Building, room 115. All right, the Disability Resource Center. This program will make sure to accommodate all of our students with any accommodations that they may need due to disabilities. Here you will see a list of the most common accommodations that we have. Extra test taking, note taker, a quiet room for you to take a test, technology. We do have this software that will help the students scan the pages of the books, and it will read the books to them. So definitely we have a lot of different resources for all students with any kind of disabilities. The most important part about this program, and in order to help the students, is that we don't know which students have those disabilities. We don't have their paperwork. Nothing gets transferred to us from the school districts or in their transcript. So if any student has any disability, or if they think they may have a disability, please reach out to the DRC Center in order for them to make those accommodations for you. Because like I said, we don't know which students have the paperwork. So we need the students to reach out to the DRC Center in order for them to accommodate them and make sure they're having a successful time in their classes. The Disability Resource Centers can be found at the Dandini campus in Red Mountain 115. And I will go ahead and hand it off to Miguel.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate you going through some of the free services that students at TMCC can take advantage of. I'll talk about a few others that students can take advantage of. The first being the Career Hub, which being at the community college, we understand that TMCC is just the first step in getting students into their career. So we want to make sure that they're ready to transition to the career that they're choosing to go into. And so we offer resume and cover letter reviews where they can meet with somebody from the Career Hub in person or virtually to get assistance with sharpening up that resume and making sure that what they want to say in their cover letter is exactly what they're saying in there. The Career Hub can also help with getting all your documents ready for your applications. So whether those are letters of recommendation or you need people that have been your past supervisor, a document for that, they can help you prepare those and help you fill out the application and submit that. And if you are starting even before that, getting assistance with the job search is something that the Career Hub can help provide some advisement with. So if you're having difficulty finding a specific career that you're looking for, they can help you narrow some of the keywords that you might be looking at to find the careers that students want to specifically go into. Let's say you've applied already, you submitted your resume, and you're ready to get that interview. You're offered an interview for one of the positions, and you're feeling a little bit nervous. Students can also get interview preparation with the Career Hub, and they can host mock interviews with students or give them a list of some of the sample of the most common questions that are asked in an interview to help students prepare for that and maybe get some of those jitters out of the way. Students who may not be great at networking or have never networked in the past, or they may just need some refreshers, the Career Hub also offers services to get some of those skills and whether networking is done in person, which we're swinging more back into, but also a lot of networking is happening virtually. They can help help students navigate either one of those environments and be successful at making connections with people in the community or the career that students are looking at getting into. Let's say students don't really know what field they want to go into. The Nevada Career Information Systems has a lot of assessments and great information for students to try to figure out what careers are available and what degrees they would need to pursue in college or at the university to be able to go into those careers. And so the Career Hub can help provide services to help students navigate that system and find the information that they need to move on and solidify their career choice. Nowadays, a lot of students may use, or a lot of companies are using LinkedIn to look up potential employees. And so if students don't have a LinkedIn or they do have one and they just need help refreshing it or putting some more information on it, the Career Hub does offer webinars and recordings or one-on-one sessions to help students get that LinkedIn to the position that they want to get into. The Career Hub also offers internships with different departments here at TMCC. So similar to work study and the student employment that Carlos talked about a little bit earlier, internships are a way for students to make money and get experience here at the college. So whether that's working for grounds and facilities or maybe for the IT department, students can get hands-on experience while still taking classes here at TMCC and earn a little bit of money on the side by doing that. And Carlos already touched a little bit about work study and student employment earlier in his presentation, but I also just wanted to mention that the Career Hub does facilitate our Handshake website, which is where students go to apply and look for open positions at TMCC. You can contact the Career Hub at careerhub@tmcc.edu, or if you're on campus at the TMCC Applied Technology Center, you can visit them in room 119. The next office that I'd like to talk about is the Equity, Inclusion, Sustainability Office. They mainly focus on providing an inclusionary environment on our campus and making sure that every student feels like they're integrated into our TMCC community. One of the ways they do that is by providing sustainability efforts to our campus, or whether that's looking at renewable energy and converting all of our energy that we use here at the college as renewable energy. So we are proud to say that we are 100% renewable energy powered here at the college, which is really nice. And then if anybody of your students identify in the LGBTQ community, or they have somebody that's a family member or a friend and they'd like resources on how to support students in that community, they can find pamphlets at the TMCC EISO office, which is located in the Disco in Red Mountain 114. They have a lot of pamphlets right outside of their offices, or you can check their website and they have a lot of resources there. They also offer webinars and trainings for faculty, students, and staff to take a part of. So just take a look at the TMCC professional development website if any of the students would like to hop in on those and get more resources on how to support students in that community, or if you yourself are going through that, definitely finding resources on how to work through specific situations that you may encounter. The other program that they coordinate is the Students of Color Mentorship Program, which is a two-tiered program that pairs students, first-year students or TMCC students, with a professional mentor and a peer mentor to help guide them throughout their time here at TMCC. What we noticed is that a lot of students at the college aren't aware of all the resources that are available to them, and so the peer mentor can help guide them into the resources that are available to students, which are a lot of the ones that we're going over today, but also getting them paired up with a faculty mentor, which can help guide them in the career aspect that they want to go into. And so really telling them what it's like to work in that field and getting them ready to transition over to the university if that's what they want to do. Student Government Association is very similar to high school student leadership, where there's a president, a vice president, representatives from each of the areas of the college, and they coordinate events here on campus like Welcome Week. They give out free donuts and coffee or planners for students to use throughout the year. And then at the end of the semester and even throughout the semester, they do a bunch of events. But another one of the big ones that they do is hosting a finals week event to help students relax and get ready to take their finals and kind of de-stress during that stressful time, which is the end of the semester. And right underneath the student government associations are the clubs and organizations that we have here on TMCC. So students can get involved that way by joining one of the clubs, whether it's the gardening club, the American Association of Architects, or if your students are planning to go into nursing, they also have their own student organization that students can be a part of. If you have any questions about diversity at TMCC, you can email diversity@tmcc.edu or visit them here at the Disco, where they host Week Wednesdays. They have a meditation room, they have computers that students can use and print from, and just a general lounge area where a lot of students like to just come and hang out. The Veterans Resource Center is available to help student veterans as they transition from their military service to the academic environment. And so they help student veterans apply for chapters 30, 31, 33, 35, 1606, and 1607 to successfully transition here to the academic environment and try to get those benefits that they may get from the VA office. They can also help with transferring military credits to TMCC and making sure that there's a smooth transition from those credits that you may have earned while students are in the military and getting them here to TMCC. They have a listserv that students can subscribe to and learn about all the resources and benefits that are available to veterans that students can join through their website. They can meet with students one-on-one, in person, or virtually to discuss some of the benefits that they can benefit from, some of the benefits that they can take advantage of. So whether that's getting the GI Bill or any other resource, they can definitely meet with students to go through some of those benefits. They always have free coffee and popcorn in their area. So if you need a little snack and you want to go visit them, you can always do that in Red Mountain 241. And they offer private study areas for students to get ready for their tests, write a paper, do some research. They do have computer labs that students can use and printers. And then they also offer Veterans Upward Bound, which is more hands-on help for students to get one-on-one assistance, again, to transition to the academic environment, to learn about the resources available here at TMCC, and to make sure that students are graduating and getting everything that they need to meet their ultimate goal, which is graduation and transition to the workforce or transferring to the university. If you have any questions, you can visit their website or email them at Veterans Resource Center without the E at the end at tmcc.edu. The last resource I'd like to talk about is the Elizabeth Sturm Library, which, as Carlos already mentioned, is in the Sierra building, but we do have different centers throughout all of our locations at TMCC. In the Sierra building, where the main library is, we do have study group rooms. So if students have uh, uh, students in their class that they'd like to study or write a paper with, or they are working on a group presentation and they need an area that has a large monitor that they can connect to and prepare all of that stuff for, they can reserve a study group room to be able to do all of that through the TMCC library. The Learning Commons is where the Tutoring and Learning Center is that Carlos already talked about. They do have computers and printers that students can use, and they have a large open space on the second floor, which is reserved for a quiet study area. So it's really nice because students observe that rule and they're very quiet up there. Really, the only thing you can hear is the fountain feature that's on the first floor, and so it's very calming and relaxing. So if students need a nice area, nice quiet area to get some work done, you can definitely go upstairs on the second floor of the library to find that. Students have access to the free databases and journals here at TMCC as well. So if students need to write a paper, back up their arguments with peer-reviewed journals or articles, they can find those on the TMCC website and get access using their TMCC username and password. Most of our classes here at TMCC offer some sort of online component. So whether it's for students to be able to check their grades, to submit documents for their class, like a paper, or to take quizzes, they would do that through Canvas. And Web College, which is one of the resources that the library offers, is available to help students navigate that platform. So if you're having issues logging in or looking for your classes, or one of your classes isn't isn't pulling up, then you can contact the Web College and they can help you figure out what's going on with your Canvas account. And as I mentioned, the library does have locations and book drop-offs if you rent any of the books available over there at the TMCC Dandini campus, at the Meadows Center, the Health Science Center, or the Applied Technology Center, so you can visit any of those as well. TMCC is on all social media platforms. We have a YouTube page, Facebook, Instagram, and a Twitter account, and our newest is a TikTok. So if any of you or your students want to follow us and get more information about dates and deadlines, any reminders that we post, or learn more about what we have coming up or any updates, you can follow us on our TikTok, and you can scan that from your phone, and it'll take you directly to our TikTok account at TMCC Nevada. So I really want to thank you all for joining us today. I hope that you gained a lot from the presentation that we just gave you, and that you can pass along this information to your students who may be interested in coming to TMCC, so they can learn about all the free resources that are available to them when they transition to their time over here at the college. And if you have any questions, or you'd like to reach out to Carlos or I or anybody in the recruitment team, you can contact us at recruitment@tmcc.edu, or you can call us at 775-673-8236.
Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you. Take care.